Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're looking at the Hawk model, one of the newer 2019 models from Liong Mah, and this model is kind of along the lines of one of his previous models. It's a smaller, lightweight knife, 3.25-inch blade, and it kind of draws on some old slip joints for inspiration. Now, I forgot to ask him about which slip joint pattern in particular. Perhaps one of you guys know, drop it in the comments below. But his other model, kind of based on a slip joint, was one I picked up either last year or the year before, but the Lanny Flipper. And this has been a very, very popular model for him. This one's done in damascene steel, so it's a little bit different. But, it's a smaller, lighter knife. And it carries and pockets very well. And one thing that he's done with like the Hawk model versus the Lanny is he's dropped or decreased the blade thickness a decent amount, and then it is a high hollow grind in lieu of, let's say the flat grind that we had here on the Lanny. So if slicing is your end game and you need a very small, lightweight, slicey knife, this one might fit the bill better than any of his previous models. So let's look at the specs and kind of go from there. So I mentioned it's 3.25-inch blade, and here it is next to like the Kershaw dividend. These two are very, very similar in size, and then we've also got the Para 2 here by way of another example. So let's move these up. All right. So blade length 3.25, handle length about 4 1/4. 4.125, I guess. The overall is about 7.3, give or take. It does use M390 blade steel. It is a sheep's foot. It does have a high hollow grind, as you guys can see. The blade stock is coming in at 0.145, 145 thousandths. And then thickness behind the edge, I measured in at 0.023 inches. So same blade stock as the Para, as I recall, but it's actually a little bit thinner behind the edge than a Para. So, I mean, it's marginal differences, but you are getting a hollow grind in lieu of a flat grind. So food for thought in terms, well, I guess it just depends on your preference. There are people in both camps, either flat or hollow. The handle thickness is coming in at right about 1/2 inch. It is contoured, and this version that I'm showing you right here has the marbled carbon fiber inlay. There are 3 versions of this knife in total. The other has a micarta inlay that I don't have here, and then the other is the full titanium version. And in lieu of an inlay, they did some milling here that gives it visual depth and also serves to reduce the weight. So carbon fiber is quite light, so this and this essentially equate to the same weight here, so pretty cool. Obviously the full titanium version is going to give you a lot of anodizing options if you really like to anodize or color your knives, do those sorts of things. I ended up carrying this carbon fiber version the most, and so that's what we'll focus on here. All right, and it does weigh in right about 3.4 ounces. So it is a frame lock. It does have a nice deep carry pocket clip, which has worked very, very well. So I mean, the combination of a 3.25-inch blade, 3.4 ounces overall, a deep carry pocket clip means that this thing has worked very, very well for me at the office in slacks, because it goes way deep in the pocket, and this, this design here, it works very well. It works in jeans too beautifully, but it doesn't look like a knife clip at all. It looks like a super interesting pen clip or something like that. So anyways, I've really liked this one at the office, so it's gotten a lot of pocket time because of that. Let's see here, what else. Dealers' prices range from like $370 to $420 depending on which one you get, so certainly in a premium price bracket. It is produced by Riot Knives. The quality is exceptional, as you would expect. Let's do some macro shots. Really nice stone wash, more of a polished look to it. The edge has been knocked off here, and that is so that when the knife is closed, it's not possible to cut yourself, so that is a safety reason, essentially. So blade steel. Pivot is titanium. It's his unique design. Flipper tab, really nice 45 degree with jimping, which is my favorite. Works wonderfully to deploy this thing out easily. So all that contouring. Check if the inlay work. And as you can see, the pocket clip, you can just, you know, switch it to the other side if you want, if you're a left-handed user. So pretty easy to swap. Centering is perfect. There's a lanyard tube at the back if you want to attach a lanyard. Back spacer. I like the cutout here for disengagement. It's easy to use. And they did some extra milling here on the back spacer to make sure that everything tucks in there very nicely. So anyways, I can't get my any of my fingers here near an exposed edge at all. So fit and finish is exceptional, as you would expect. So anyways, I like the thinner blade stock. I like the high hollow grind. I think for a small lightweight knife, those were two really good changes, because it's not like this thing's going to see hard use. I mean, it could probably deal with it, as a lot of knives could, but, you know, probably won't see it. There aren't really any negatives. I mean, one thing, depending on who you are, is that as you can see, the edges have been nicely contoured, and then we hit, you know, a perfectly 90-degree angle here on these scales. So it's not sharp, but it's not been internally chamfered either. And, you know, visually it looks super sharp, it looks super precise, but I don't know, if it doesn't bother me. I don't think it would bother most of you guys, but anyways, just that's one thing I suppose on the knife. But again, I've enjoyed carrying it. It's worked wonderfully for me, whether in jeans or at the office, but obviously this one gets a lot of office carry here. And yeah, that marbled carbon fiber just looks awesome, especially with the nice ceramic ball on the pocket clip here. So wire EDM cutout for the lock bar. Again, even the gap near the inlay is minimal on the lock bar too. So a lot of precision work coming from Riot knives. The body screws are nicely recessed. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's pretty much it on this one. Trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, I know that this essentially took the same blade shape as the Eraser, and it kind of shrunk it down to a much more manageable size. So if you're thinking, hey, there's a lot of things I like about this one, but I need a large knife, well, perhaps the Eraser is a good fit for you here. This was one of my favorites from 2018, as far as like 4-inch knives or 4-inch blades go, but similar-esque blade shape. So anyways, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Comments or questions, let me know. I will have links to his website if you want more information, want to check it out, or you can always hit up places like Blade HQ, which obviously stock all of his models. And yeah. All right, thanks for watching, guys. More videos to come. Take care.